Hi, I'm Stuart from SB Leadworks. Welcome to the next job. Let's go and have a look, see what it's all about. Okay, so here we are. This one's for my mate that I work for usually on Saturdays doing all of his lead work. It's nice and quiet here today. It is actually Saturday today, so it's nice and quiet. I haven't got to worry about what anyone else is doing. I can just get on, which is quite nice. So we just walk around the back here. Okay, so in here we have a nice inset dormer to do. So it's quite a nice job. Relatively straightforward. What I'll do in a minute is I'll take this thing off. I just put that into place just to stop any driving rain from going through. So we take that off, get some tools up here, and have a good old look, see what's going on. Okay, so now that's out of the way, we can have a proper look at this now. Starting with the front here, got the eaves butted right up, and then this sterling board's been cut to the same pitch, so we're not going to get any sort of like sharp edge or anything there. So that's done. Also created these fillet pieces in here so that the water can discharge straight out over the top of this tile. If you don't put this in and you have like just a gap in there, potentially water could come through, and it kind of like, it's going to have like an upstand there, so it's going to get trapped. It's going to all sort of fill up. So we need to make sure, because the upstand's going to be up here anyway, that the lead's just going to come out over the top of all of that, and it's all going to flow out and nothing's going to get trapped there. So we've got those fillet sections in there as well. This roof is also vented. It comes up from the bottom eave section there, comes up underneath this felt, underneath this board. There's a gap between the board and the insulation, and then this has been packed out 25mm away from the wall, and behind here this sterling board has been cut 25mm, or I think it was about 30mm actually, so that air can come underneath this board up here, come out through there. So that's good. The only thing I would say is ideally it would have been nice if this was done in ply and not sterling board. I don't often see it done in sterling board, but this is what the builders have done it with. The reason being, when this sterling board gets wet, the edges swell up, which is done there. So I just need to sort of like just go over all of those just to make sure that it's all nice and flat, because that will definitely show on the lead bay if I don't do that. There's also a bit of moisture on this board. It has got wet, as you can see. So what I'll do is I'll get my gun on that, dry it all off, because I don't want any moisture getting trapped between the lead and the board. So I'd rather make sure it's fully dry before I put any lead on there. So yeah, first thing I'm going to do is dry it all off, get it all swept off, and then we can get some building paper on there, start setting out some wood rolls. We'll get these bays in. Once those bays are in, we can have a window tray to do in there, and then these cheeks are going to be clad as well in lead, and then we'll have a head flashing on these verges as well. So yeah, so what I'll do, get it all swept off, get it dried up, start getting some paper on there and get it set out. Okay, so that's all that board all dried off now. The building paper's in place, and I've just set out and fixed the wood rolls as well. So now that's all in position, let's start getting some lead bays in there. Okay, so that's that first bay all in there now. So what we're going to do now is knock up this second one and get that in. Right, okay, so let's get this bay knocked up. So I've got 145 up the back. 145 up the back. We've got 180mm for the overcloak. 180. 180. I just need to check my measurement in between the wood rolls. I think it's 435, but I better check. Yeah, that's 435. So we've got 435 in between the wood rolls. 435. 435. And we've got 75mm for the undercloak. 75. 75. Let's check these measurements. It's got 145 up the back. We've got 180 for the overcloak. We've got 435 in between the wood rolls. We've got 75mm for the undercloak. So we've got a little bit there to cut off. Let's whiz that off. That's quite a bit coming off that one. Right, so that's that done. Let's mark this undercloak. I'm going to do this 35, I think. Let's cut straight down there. Just going to leave a little tag here. And for the overcloak, I'm just going to mark 30 and 45. I'm going to give it a little tag till it gets to the 45 mark. So I'm going to cut down there till it gets to the 45 mark, and then I'm going to take it into that line there. God, that's bright. Just leave a little tag again. This job's a bit of a test for me because it's the first heavy stuff I've done since I done my back injury. Those of you that have watched my previous videos will know I've had a bit of trouble with my back recently. So this is literally the first time I've tried to do anything heavy. The first bay wasn't too bad. I'm taking it easy. So as long as I don't do anything stupid, as it does look like things have improved. Obviously I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. But so far, things are definitely slightly better. Ask me that again once I try to get this bay in. Bit tricky on your own. But if things are okay, it'd be amazing because it'll make me think hopefully I can do a little bit more, because at the moment I'm just doing a couple of days a week. It'd be nice to try and get a few more days in. Definitely. Okay, so that's now ready to go in. Okay, so that's that bay all sat in there now. It was definitely easier getting in that second one than it was that first. That first one was an absolute pain in the butt because I've knocked him up on that platform up there, and I had to sort of like carry him down that ladder over here and then get him up on this section here. So the first one was a bit of a struggle on my own, but definitely had a much better method with this second one. So now that's in, the backs are welded. What I'm going to do now, just boss over this roll end. Okay, let's get this roll end bossed over. It's actually been quite a while since I've done one of these, to be honest, because I've had 10 weeks off. So hopefully it'll go all right. Okay, so that's that done. So now that overcloak's bossed, what I'm going to do now is just boss that undercloak and then just repeat the process and get that last bay in. Okay, so that's that last bay in as well now, and all welded up. So now all the bays are in, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to trim these splash laps. Just going to trim these to 50mm, and then towards the front I'm just going to splay them off a little bit. Get these splash laps trimmed, then get this front dressed down. Okay, so that's those splash laps all trimmed up now. And as you can see, the front edge is now down and trimmed as well. I've just welded those gussets in as well. So I just need to give it a coat of patination oil, and that'll be the first stage done. But I think I'm going to wrap this video up here because I'm aware it's getting a bit long. So I hope you like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can check me out on Instagram at SLB Leadworks. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hopefully catch you in the next. Cheers.